Hey everybody, getting back on the trail. This is my first hiking trip of 2025. It is May 21st and I'm about to start the Allegheny Trail. I just got dropped off in West Virginia. I'm at the border of West Virginia and Pennsylvania. It's actually raining right now and in the 40s, so it's going to be quite an interesting day. This is the Mason-Dixon line marker. One side is Pennsylvania and the other side is West Virginia. Back to the booth here, and it's time to start walking. So here we go, Allegheny Trail. So about 3 miles into the trail, and about the first half mile from the northern terminus was on pavement, but since then it's been gravel roads like this. I think just private roads and lots of farms. In 8 or 9 miles, I'm gonna have to make a decision on if I'm gonna go into Cheat Canyon or the canyon with the Cheat River, because it's a commitment of 10 to 12 miles. All right, this is getting exciting up in here. Trees falling on the power lines, and it's raining again. I'm about 9 miles in. It's 1:15. And most of the trail has been through private lands, nowhere to stop, and I found this bridge walking into the interstate. It's a nice break here, even with the noise of the cars, to be able to get out of the rain, sit down, and finally eat some lunch. Here's Mount Nebo Baptist Church. This is a place that lets hikers camp. I'm 13 miles in and it's 3 o'clock. So I think I'll just keep going. What is this? Are we actually taking some trail? Looks like the answer is yes. This is the lowest point, I assume, on the Allegheny Trail. This is more like it. So back there I came across a guy who was hiking up a bike. Don't know why, but we were talking a little bit about the trail. It's a little muddy, almost fell right there. And we're talking about the trail and how there's a water crossing. But he said it's passable, that you'll get ankle deep, maybe up to your knees, but shouldn't be too bad. It's doable, and that there's a waterfall there, which I'm really excited about, because you know me, I love waterfalls. Also love being finally on trail. We're on this ridge up here. I don't know if you can tell through the trees, it's very green, but it is really steep down there to the water in the Cheat River. Check this out. I've seen trees go on rocks before. It's a full tree. All right, we're coming up on Gibson's Run. Let's see what this looks like. That's cool. No, it definitely looks doable. Oh, there's the trail on the other side. A lot of water on this section. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Those formations. Water, water everywhere. We got less than 3 miles to go today. Night one was at the Friends of the Cheat campground. All right, it's morning on day 2, and I'm at the Friends of the Cheat campground having coffee. Just got out of bed. I wanted to show this campsite. It's really, really nice. It's next to this river here that has been flowing all night. There's nobody here at the campsite. Yesterday I ended up doing almost 27 miles. So let's see what today brings. Hopefully no rain. All right, later. It's 8 o'clock and just leaving camp. I was hopeful that this would be a no rain day. Well, last night the forecast made it sound like there's gonna be another rain all day. This road's a little busy. Fortunately, it's busy the opposite direction. So I was hiking along and I came to this quick stop and found they had plugs here. So I grabbed a cup of coffee, sit here, charge my phone, and let my rain fly dry. Man, a little too soon to get a taco. My feet aren't wet yet, so we're gonna try to keep them dry. This climb has been endless. I'm about 1,400 feet up over the last 3 miles. I'm hoping I get to the top soon. Glad there's no rain so far. I'll take it. Still going up. I was hoping to keep my shoes relatively dry. Looks like that ain't happening. It's another stream crossing. Man. thinking we have to cross. Oh wait, no. That is the trail. Holy moly. Yeah, there's a lot of water here. The trail is underwater. That's cool. It actually doesn't feel too bad with the sun out. This is crazy. I don't know if it's normally like this, but that is the trail. So the trail keeps going all the way up there, and I don't know if you can see in that tree crossing it. Let me zoom in. You can see the marker. Well, that was a quarter mile of fun. I spoke too soon about being done. This little stretch right here is all I got. Thinking I might be done, but nope. Where there's land, you can try to skirt by this water. Yep, back in the water. All right, maybe the water can get squished out of my shoes now. I went uphill quite a bit, but then the creek merged with the trail. I feel like this section probably doesn't usually have as much water. It's windy up here. And it's a lot colder. They call you old one horn. So tonight, I think I'm going to stay in the town of Rollsburg for the day that will be about 24 miles. I noticed there's a burger restaurant that's in town, and they're open until 6:30. I got a little less than 6 hours to go. Sorry, a little less than 6 miles to go in 2 hours, 50 minutes. "2,000 feet straight of descent." Looked nice on the map. I'm ready for this to be over, this section. Normally I don't like a whole bunch of road walking, but I think I have about 3 miles of this, which lets me pick it up a little bit to try to make the restaurant before it closes. We are going to take the right, but before the shelter, we're going to go see if the restaurant is open. So I went to the burger place and they were closed. I got there 30 minutes early and was hoping to get one. I found this park and set up in that pavilion right there. I sat for a while charging my phone and took my shoes off just to rest, and even made my dinner there. Now I'm going to hike back to the campsite. It's about half mile, 3/4 of a mile. But I can just set up when I get there and get ready for bed because everything's done. Here's the Rieger family shelter. This is where I'll be staying tonight. I will sign off and get ready for bed. See you tomorrow.
Good morning from the Rieger family shelter. It's about 6:30. Last night I stayed in the shelter here. No one else came. There were a couple trains that went by last night. I think 10:30, 2:30, and 4:30. Not that I remember. And they were pretty loud. They felt like they were literally right outside. That's what I heard this morning. All right, we are getting started on the hike today.
I'll do a little short hike up the hill. A little bit earlier start this morning. I don't know if I'm gonna go as many miles as yesterday. My feet are hurting a little bit. So last night, I checked the temperature, it got down to 47 degrees. I felt pretty good in my sleeping bag and tent. Let's try to look over the edge here. I don't know if you can tell how steep that is. One of the few views you get. Not far in today, but over the last 3 or 4 miles, it's been about 1,500 feet of elevation gain, maybe a little less. And there's this Lance community building that has a shelter, some power. So I decided to take a break. I'll just sit here for a few minutes, charge up my phone, and then continue on. So far, no rain. Fingers crossed it stays that way. I have about 2 miles on this road to get to the turnoff, and as you can see, there's not much shoulder here. "13 miles in for the day. This is mile 64, 65 total for the trip on day 3. And this is the first time I'm actually having to filter water. Good boys doing? You guys want some food? Every time these 4-wheelers come out, these guys come down. Since I left the pack of dogs on my break back there, it's been uphill. Fortunately, the terrain's not too bad. Still going uphill. We just had my first instance of trail magic. There's a lot of folks out here on UTVs and 4-wheelers and such. And there was a group that had stopped. And as I come up, they're like, "What are you doing out here?" I said, "Well, I'm just hiking." Then they said, would you like a beer?" Like, I'm not gonna turn that down. So they hand me a beer. Then after I finished the beer, they gave me one for the road. So it's very cool. I have a little less than 7 miles to go today for today's hike. I'm going to stop a little shorter than I have for some of the other days. Well, the last 2 days. I don't really want to do more than I've done the last 2 days, and maybe it'll be good to stop early, and it'll be cool to end in daylight. The last 2 times have been just missing it. I'm on the 4-wheeler trail. This looks like fun for the UTVs. Looks like I might have to get my feet wet. Yep. It's too bad. I have around 5 miles to go today, and managed to keep the feet dry most of the day. All right, here's the pavilion we're gonna take a break at. I'm in lead mine at this community park at this shelter, and it's pretty amazing. They got outlets there, and over there they got bathrooms with running water, trash cans. I have about a mile and a half to go for the night, so I decided I'm just gonna have my dinner here and charge up my stuff and just hang out here. So feeling pretty good to hit this place. I was pretty tired, so it was a great stopping point as well. This will put us around 24 miles for the day. I didn't expect to be averaging 25 miles a day, but we're gonna hit mile 75 today. And I'm feeling it. The feet are hurting a little bit. I'm looking forward to getting into bed tonight and just resting. All right, finally leaving the shelter. All right, so I came up from that way, and here's the campsite. That's nice. And the trail continues that way. I'm almost packed up, just finishing my second cup of coffee, but I figured I'd come over and show this, which is kind of cool. This is an old logging road. How do I know? Well, it's flat. That's weird, but in nature, but there's also a gate here. All right, let's go pack up and move on out. Day 2 with a climb just to start the day. This one is over 500 feet in the first mile. It's been fun. I should say it is fun. Still got more to go. I don't know how much. Maybe you can see. Well, let's get this elevation out of the way. A mile and a quarter in, 750 feet of elevation, and still going up. That red building way out there is where I just was earlier this morning. Gonna take a break at this park here, just above the windmills. Covered area and views of the valley. This road is actually pretty busy, and I'm on it for about 2 miles. But of all the paved roads I've had to be on, the shoulder's really nice on this one. It's wide and it's soft, so I can stay out of the way of cars. Just left a little spur to the fire tower. Now we'll jump on the Allegheny Trail. And it looks like we get trail, canyon rim trail, nice. check out this canyon view. I thought the rim trail would stay a trail, and I'm thinking this is the trail the rest of the way. It was nice while it lasted. I thought the trail, single track trail, was a little more interesting. A lot of this trail lately has been navigating the muddy sections. They're pretty slippery, so you gotta slow down quite a bit. And cases like this, skirt around the edges. This is getting frustrating. And more puddles. I think it's all pavement from here today. Walked up on this little guy. He's tiny. All right, a rail trail. Nice. This road has been pretty busy. Not much of a shoulder. Good morning on day 5. Just found a little spot to sleep in. And now we're gonna start moving to our final destination. We got about 20 miles to go today. And should be easy going because I don't think there's too much elevation. That was a nice stop at the pavilion at this little park. They didn't have bathrooms, but they did have electricity and a lot of picnic tables. So it's nice to charge up the stuff and check the pack. Now I got about a 2-mile road walk into Davis. I'm hoping this coffee shop is open today. Davis, highest incorporated town in West Virginia, 3,520 feet. All right, that's what I'm interested in. Just crossed the bridge over the Blackwater River and now heading into Blackwater Falls State Park. The Allegheny goes right over there, but we're gonna make a quick side trip to view the Blackwater Falls overlook. All right, this is a proper trail. Let's go check out this shelter. Just finished up the break at the Canaan Mountain Shelter. and getting back on the trail. About half of this trail has been like this. You try to walk on the sides, and if you can step on rocks, then you're good, or even the white, I don't know if you can see the white, pebbly, sandy stuff. But the dark brown is squishy. The trail will tease you with sections like this, where you can move pretty good. Even with all the rocks and stuff, it's pretty good walking. But then you'll hit those muddy parts. I just stepped right there and it pulled my shoe off. You can see how deep it went. Last lunch on this trip, and I'll show you what I've been having. I have peanut butter and a flour tortilla with some loaded taco Doritos on top. It's not something I would have put together before the trip, but it just kind of happened. And I'm gonna have a tuna packet, maybe if I'm still hungry. And then for dessert, I got a, let's see, where is it? A Little Debbie treat right there that I've been saving. So. Getting closer. Got about 6 miles to go, and then this trip will be done. Yesterday, I was a little sore and feet were hurting, and today I'm feeling a lot better. About 2 miles to go. I added up my miles over the last 4 days and came out with 99.23. And yesterday I should have gone and done 0.7 just to get even 100. Today's is going to end around mile 20, and it's bugging me, so I think I'm going to do an extra 0.7 to make it to 120 for the trip. Made it back to the B&B, and this will conclude our trip.